It's Melvin after we've been out rock hunting. So after our rock hunt we got a big pile of rocks. Doing a little video of how to build some granite walls. So here we have one of our terrace walls which has collapsed due to the bramble roots growing into it and rainwater, and it's just made a right mess. So here we are, guys, welcome back. Beautiful day again here in sunny Portugal, but a bit windy. So here we've had a granite wall basically which has collapsed, and I'm just going to show you briefly how to repair it and some of the basic principles needed. So to start with, we need to get this base level, so we can place stones on it basically. So I need to shovel all this soil out to get this level, so we got a flat surface to work from. This is a large stone here which I won't be digging out. So what I'd like to do is get this large stone, which is very large and very heavy, into that flat area. And the reason I've left this stone up there, which is basically in the wrong place, because if I pull it out I'll then have to lift it back up. So I'm going to try and get this stone into this spot and then turn this stone around so we make a nice face to the wall, a bit like the rest of it here. So there we go, eventually got the big one in. Not where I wanted it to be, but it'll have to do. Bit more to finish off, but at the moment, bit more to finish off there, but at the moment I've got this stuff leaking out of me. I don't know what it is, so I must have a cup of tea to replace it. So there we go. Sort of a dry stone wall with a bit of earth, more like a Cornish hedge. A few simple tools. All you need is a shovel, a bar, and maybe a hammer to chip a few things off. And not exactly what I wanted. The two rocks in the bottom here and here were massive, and this one I would have taken out, but I need a loader for the tractor to make things easier. But for the moment, that keeps this paddock now stock safe, so we can clear the rest of the brambles, which are a few of. Little fence up over there, and then we can put maybe geese or pigs in here. So there we have the finished product, and due to the size of some of the rocks, which were very difficult to move around, we had to sort of make do with a bit of it, but I'm fairly happy with the results. Okay, so that was one style of wall, sort of a dry wall, Cornish wall, like you know what I like to call it, which it probably is. The second style we're going to show you is like a facing granite, yeah. So it's a face. We're facing. So you can imagine this wall behind me was concrete blocks. It's not. It's render. But let's just say, for example, it's concrete blocks. I'll just demonstrate to you how you go about putting granite. Mine are a lot thinner, but granite stonework against a concrete block wall. A bit like the dry wall we've just done. With this again, you're just making stones fit. Okay, so we'll start with a mix: 3 sand, 1 cement. I'm using yellow sand because that's the colour of my pointing, but you can use any sand you like. Some of them are a bit thick, so I've started to thin them down. Sorry everyone, I started without you. As you can see, it's just a thin laminate, probably 4 or 5 inches, 100-125 mil thick. And I've got some wall ties in occasional places just to tie it, because behind here, where the lines are, is a strip of timber which is fixed to the wall. And in between the strips of timber, underneath the render, is 40mm of insulation. I can show you here, because originally, that's better, see, this is 40mm of insulation here, the blue stuff, and then a layer of a waterproof membrane on the outside of that, and a layer of mesh for the render to key to. Yeah, I'd recommend doing this anywhere in Portugal where you've got, or anywhere in the world where you've got just a single layer of blockwork, in this case 70mm thick, 3 inches thick tijolo with a render on top. So I've put this on the outside to keep the inside cool. Yeah, and obviously it keeps it warmer in the summer, but yeah, it was worth doing. just made such a big difference. So as I said, because I don't particularly like the look of this on the front of the house, because it's all granite until the very end bit, but I've got to chip all this concrete that's been splashed on it, chip all that off so it looks more like that. And that. So the new bit of facing stonework that I'm going to do, it's going to look like that. Yeah, all over this section, just to make it look more original and granite. Although the extension was done probably in the 80s, in the mid 80s, not terribly well.
Some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight. Didn't follow my dreams, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Touch.
So there you have it. That's the start of the wall, using granite as a facing stone. Just these ones down the bottom and this big one. Yeah, so just basically finding stones now to fit, and we'll carry on the process to do the whole wall. But I need to visit Cindy to get some more stone. And the reason I'm getting stone from Cindy is that she's got lots of flat, very flat, thin stone. We tend to have mostly big boulders. So here's the start of the granite facing work on the extension. It's going to take a few weeks obviously because we have to let certain areas dry, but we'll keep you updated regularly. Okay everyone, this is the second way of building wall, just using granite as a facing stone. This could be block work or anything. Basically it's doing the same thing, just making them fit and then filling the holes in with various shaped stones. Yeah, and bear in mind this, because it's just a thin sheet of granite on this rendered surface. I'm using wall ties like these to screw into there's timber running down here, so I'll screw these holes are just to show me where the timber is. Screwing that, and then obviously like that, cut these off or bend them, yeah, and then that will hold these stones in place, otherwise the whole face could just fall off. So now I'll show you the third way of building a granite wall. Good boy. So this wall, the third way, this is a double-sided or double-faced granite wall. It's only 300mm a foot wide. Yeah. So you either have to have stones exactly a foot wide to get a good finish on both faces, like this one. Yeah. Or you have to put a face on both sides. Yeah, and then fill the middle like this. So this is a stone on this side, this stone is on this side, that stone and that stone are on the other side, and the middle's filled with concrete or mortar. Yeah. So it's the same principle, just finding stones that fit, mortaring them in, and then doing your joints at the same time. Simple stuff. I'll show you a little bit of this.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
Hey, I wish you could see yourself just sitting there on my chair. I'm staring at you, you don't even notice. Should've told you straight away, you don't have to be afraid anymore. I know you haven't noticed. You know that I won't let you go. Put your arms around me and I'll let you know how it feels when time goes slow. And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you. I fall into you. Hey, I wish I could show you more, 'cause baby you deserve some more. But still you're here and that's what I adore. Should've told you straight away everything I have to say, but I'm afraid and I know you haven't noticed. You know that I won't let you go. Put your arms around me and I'll let you know how it feels when time goes slow. And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you.
So as I was saying, in places, because the wall is only a foot thick, or a foot wide shall I say, 300mm wide, sometimes you have to do 2 thin stones and then just fill in between them. Yeah, but because the difficulty with this wall is the whole lot is on a curve. So it comes down from here, and this bit here curves all the way around. So basically if you step back from it, one big curve right the way around. So there we go guys, bit of walling. Like I said earlier, this is a bit tricky because it's double-sided, so choosing the right stones for the right place is yeah, a bit tricky. I'll just come around and show you the other side. My little stick's just holding them in place there. So we're going to build this up to, hang on, about this sort of height, which doesn't really describe it very well. Hang on. So, probably going to build it up to about this height, all the way along. So it meets this point about here, and I'm going to put another spike on that end. So we'll have like the whole thing will be like a crown effect, going around in a big circle. And then on the other side, when we get up to there, I'm going to put a big spike in the middle here, which will be here somewhere, and another one on that end. One day. Okay, that's it for this week, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and a big thank you for all your continued support. Fantastic. I mean, the likes and subscribes and everything. Yeah, we're getting close to 8,500 now, which is just unbelievable. Thanks a lot, and yeah, like I say, hope you enjoyed it, and see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
So this is where the new turkey area is going to be for the minute in their mobile tractor. We're going to put the fence up and then, well, cut the grass first, put the fence up and then move them in. So here we have the new turkey enclosure. Got lots of fresh grass in here to eat, and if they wanted to they can perch in the trees. And there's a new home, which is now a turkey tractor. I've altered the perches a bit because they're awfully they're bigger birds, and taking away the nest boxes because they don't do that either. They generally just scrape a hole on the floor and lay their eggs. So there we go. So we'll so these guys have got their own enclosure now, safe and sound behind electric fence, and evidently loving it. Good boys.